stacked. You can whisper behind my back. You can show me how the odds are up against me all day long. You can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. My feet have come too far for you.
Get more W, that Gentlest energy drink mix that's going to power you through your gaming, content creation, whatever you're doing. It's there for you. Enter that promo code BrianB NRG and get 10% off your order today. Get more W, get more power.
Yes, you are, yes, you are, yes, you are the only one. 'Cause there's something special about you. Yes, you are, yes, you are, yes, you are the only one. 'Cause there's something special about you.
What time is it? It's time to ring the bell. Ring-a-ling-a-ling. Yo, we back at it. Wrestletalk is back, baby. Yo, you've been seeing my face a lot, huh? I came back and I'm doing all my shows. Come to find out, I got a whole bunch of content to create. Yeah, that's right. Content creator. We getting creating over here. Yo, we back at it. It's Wednesday night, and it's time where we talk and we, get the smacketh down on the candy asses of the podcast industry. We try to make sure we fit into the community when you talking that WWE. Yo, I missed the New Day, bro. What's good? Hey, wrestling fans, check it out. You right where you need to be, because it's time. It's time for Straight Through the Ropes Wrestle Talk, baby. Yo, that's the end. Yo, listen, I'll be when y'all don't see me and I'm not on camera, I'll be over here jamming to my own shit. Yo, what's good, y'all? Hey, happy Wednesday or Thursday, hump day, whatever you humping, whatever you doing, have a happy time doing it. Got freaking moths flying in my damn studio over here. Yo, it's time to talk some wrestling, man. Listen, man, if you don't know Brian B, one thing about me is I got the web show on Tuesdays. I got the entertainment show. Yo, listen, tomorrow night we gonna be back, and we coming back. And the entertainment show is where we talk to different people. We talk about movies. We talk about video games, TV shows, Cobra Kai. Yo, listen, we talk about it all, and that's where you come on and show up. That's right, y'all ain't heard me do that in a while. But yeah, we got the show off show, the entertainment show. But on this show right here, we talking about that WWE, bro. Sometimes I'm talking about AEW as well. Not too much. TNA very rarely. I'm a big fan of WWE. I have been a big fan of WWE my whole life. And it's not changing. It ain't going nowhere, yo. So I found out that, people be talking about wrestling. Wrestle. And I want to talk about wrestling, so I made my own show to do it. Yo, we may be getting joined by a couple of people. Y'all still got my tag team partner, Miss Ray. Ray's supposed to be on here with me. I'm not sure what happened, but she might be stopping by, and then we might have an old time guest returning as well. But we'll have some more, reoccurring people. I'm just getting back in the swing of things, and everybody got to kind of get caught up as well. But I wanted to talk about some stuff that's been going on with wrestling, man. All right, so to start it off, it's kind of weird, man. If you're like me and you're a big fan of WWE and you're constantly watching, you watch Raw, you watch SmackDown, you watch fucking Main Event on whenever that comes on, you watch any of those shows and you're really keeping up with the show. It's so much wrestling on now, man. Like, as soon as you get done with WrestleMania, a lot of the times it starts kind of dying down, man. Have you guys been experiencing that too? Like you just start noticing, like, you get storylines and stuff like that, and you get different builds and different things, and if you're like a true dedicated fan, you start learning like what show is going to be, oh, somebody might be losing a belt on this pay-per-view, or ain't nobody. That's just a throwaway. You start getting there, yo. But I always like the surprises when you're like you find out you watching a Raw or a SmackDown and they have a title change or something like that or whatever. We're gonna talk about one that actually just happened recently too. But I love like the surprise aspect of WWE, man. I like when it shocks you, throws that curve at you. That's what keeps you engaged, man. The storylines, the characters, that's the reason why I've always loved wrestling. And they've been doing a really good job recently. A lot of good names, a lot of big names, a lot of people making a lot of power moves. A lot of fun. They're actually starting to see some differences that's happening, involved with the content right now. Probably because they got some, competition, you know what I'm saying? Like, WD is always gonna be top dog, but you still got other, promotions out there that's making it good for other people and everything like that. Over here, phones over here blowing up. Like I said, we might be having some other people that are jumping on with us tonight. I'm trying to give everybody a little bit of a chance to get settled in. I don't know how comfortable everybody is with Wednesday nights, but this is the time I gotta do the show, man. I got 4 shows. I got 7 days of the week. I got 4 shows. Feel me? I gotta make time. But the first thing I kind of wanted to touch on, man, this is kind of just like more of a personal opinion, man. If for any fans out there watching right now, what is this new thing with WWE, man? Where and I know this is just like a lot of times it's fan predictions and stuff like that or whatever. And I really hope this isn't like going to be a common trend that starts happening with wrestling. But why is everybody expecting every damn match just to happen at WrestleMania? Like we have 12 pay-per-views throughout the year, like more than that when you count like the Showdown and Saudi Arabia shows. Why is all of a sudden when something's happening, like a big match is happening, everybody's like, "Oh, that's going to be for WrestleMania." Bro, WrestleMania was 2 months ago. 3 months ago, whatever. Like every match is not a big match is not just supposed to be at WrestleMania, man. One of the biggest things that's happened recently, man, and if you guys know, but one of the biggest, stories of the last 3 years with wrestling has been the Bloodline story, man. The Bloodline story has been phenomenal. For everybody who's been following, Roman Reigns carrying the title for 3 years, and everything that's transpired up to now, where it's like, and this is crazy. And I'll be honest with you, I've loved the Usos since they, started in WWE. Since I first saw them, the first time I saw them was in WWE. I learned it was Rikishi's sons. I was like, oh, listen, I gotta watch these guys. But they've been amazing talent. Seem like cool ass dudes off camera, everything. But when Jimmy got injured and Jay became like the solo player, but remember, Jay started, having his beef with Roman before he became the right hand man and stuff like that or whatever. He was going against Roman. He was like, "Yo, you ain't going to dog me," and he was the one that had like the first kind of title matches with Roman and stuff like that. But then he kind of fell in line and he sat there and became main event Jey Uso and all that transpired. Now listen, I'm not trying to hate. I ain't trying to hate in no way, but I never saw Jey Uso as like a standalone dude, yo. Even when he wasn't with Jimmy, even when he was with Roman, I always saw Jay as kind of okay, he's just half the Uso, man. And I gotta be real, man. I'm still struggling with it a little bit. I know people are like, he's the hottest thing in the planet right now. Listen, and I, like I said, I love the Usos, man. But I'm just saying, I feel like this storyline is making him a hot commodity. Now, I could be wrong. I could be wrong, and it could be some shit where you could be like, Jey Uso could be kind of like a Roman Reigns level, kind of competitor. So one of the things I wanted to do tonight was I wanted to ask everybody who was in the room with me, but ain't nobody here. I wanted to ask everybody in the room, like, who do they feel, or who do you guys feel? Leave it in the comments, man. If you guys are watching, leave it in the comments. Leave it in the comments if you're watching it on YouTube, whatever. Who do you feel at this point in WWE? If you had to pick 5 names, 5 potential people who you think could potentially, honestly, stand alone and carry the company on a John Cena, on a Roman Reigns, on a even, I'll say it, like even like a Drew McIntyre, You feel me? Like, who are these guys who you can see that aren't just like the attention's on them when the story's on them? You know what I mean? I kind of want to know, man, because it's very interesting. You hear a lot of, talk about how WWE doesn't really utilize the talent that they have, and they have so many different people. I'll be dead ass honest with you. Yeah, they could have a lot of talented people, but I mean, I don't think that means that everybody who is extremely talented wrestler is capable of becoming a household name, man. Everybody's not capable of being Hulk Hogan and John Cena and The Rock and Stone Cold and Undertaker. Like, these guys are incredible, but I'm saying, like, who's standing out? Who can leave here and go to the movie scene and conquer? Who can, you know what I'm saying? Like, all that matters. That star power, that, that shine, that just as soon as they start speaking. I mean, I got a couple, and I'm going to talk about it. Not right now, but I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to see if we can get some other faces on the screen with me tonight. But I want to talk about my picks, who I think are the people who I can see, even with the character change, kind of running, the industry. Because Jey Uso is one of the hottest things in wrestling right now. We got somebody on the floor. Somebody popped in. All right. Yo, listen, y'all know this guy right here. All right, yeah, I need somebody. We need somebody. We need more than one person on Wrestletalk. Yo, y'all know this guy right here. And first, I want to say congratulations to this guy because he actually is somebody who's outside the ring as well as inside the ring. So we're gonna bring back on a returning guest, somebody y'all know very well. Welcome back, Mr. Warren Marlowe. What up, Warren?
What up, bro? What's up?
What's good, bro? It's been a minute.
It has, bro. I actually was in your neck of the woods for like a week and a half, but basically at
Oh, really?
hospital for my son. So,
Oh, shit.
yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
He had his
Everything good?
operations this week. Yeah, he had his Halo treatment 1 week. He was actually in the hospital for like 15 days. Had his Halo treatment on 1 week, and it was basically to straighten his neck so they could do a back infusion the next following week. So it's been some time. So it's nice to, that's done with and stuff like that. But I will say, man, shout out to the Scottish Rites and that hospital out there, man. I mean, that hospital is like a freaking play center for kids. They got this one spot in the elevator. It's called the Zone. Has like a basketball court, everything. I was like, this is in a hospital 24/7.
Yeah. That's good. They made the kids feel comfortable in like that uncomfortable kind of situation or whatever.
I think it's right next to the Ronald McDonald House or something like that. So I mean, it's been a week. So I mean, it's been time, but I mean, we're coming back. I just came back from my show that I did in McLean, like not even 3 weeks ago now. So you know, it's been a busy, hectic summer for sure.
How's it been getting back in the ring and everything, man? You've been enjoying it? I saw the one match.
Oh my gosh.
That you did outside. I saw that match that you fought with the one guy. I forgot what it was.
We got there.
Yeah. It was fun, bro. And I was like, oh, I know that guy. Get his ass kicked in there. And I noticed too. You did the damn is your move the code breaker? You got the code breaker as your finisher? Yeah. Got you. See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, I call it the American Free Fall, but yeah, it's the code breaker. So I mean,
okay.
I was thinking if I was going to keep it or not because obviously with a neck issue and stuff like that, code breaker is on me. It's not on the opponent. It's basically me.
Yeah,
the worst thing I can do to somebody is have my knee to their face, and I've actually have knocked out somebody from it because they wanted to try to take it like an RKO, which was dumb as could be. But I was thinking about changing it, but I was like, you know what? Let's just stick with it. The other guy, he wasn't really comfortable with all the others, so I was like, all right, we'll just do a code breaker. But man, it was nice, man. And like I said, I remember I showed you the video before. The biggest revealing thing about that was got to do it in front of my son. And we got to drive. Awesome. I think it was like a 4-hour drive, and it was at an arcade, so I couldn't go wrong with that. That's the only reason why I agreed to it, because it was like at an arcade. It was an old promotion that was coming back, Sunbelt Wrestling Entertainment. A lot of big names came from there. Austin Theory came from there. A good amount of guys that came from there in the past. So I was like, I was pretty excited to go back and do that. But what you just said, I did not know it was outdoors. And even more, I was only supposed to be there for a battle royal. I wasn't even supposed to do anything else. So I'm thinking, I'm
that's
gonna
what's up.
just enjoy
Yeah.
myself, have my time with my son, and that's it. We're just gonna have a good time. I got to the building. They looked at me and said, "Hey, man, do you feel like you're ready completely now? We've seen the videos. We've seen everything. Can you really go?" I was like, "Why not?" And they told me who I was going against. This guy was trained by AR Fox and stuff like that. If anybody don't know who AR Fox is, WW4A trained Alex Kane, Austin Theory have translated almost everybody that comes out of the Monster Factory and guys like that, and signed by AEW just by himself right now. So wasn't going to turn that down. This kid was like only, I think, this is still in his first year, Cuss, but it was fun to get back in there, man. Honestly, and shocking thing to say, that was the first time I was back in a match, and I wasn't nervous, which was weird to me. I won't even lie. The one I did in McClenny, I was insanely nervous, which is so weird. It was like a two different transition thing. But other than that, man, it was a blast to get back in there. But like I said, man, to do it in front of my son and not knowing that he was almost in the ring when I won. So that was even the crazier part. But I mean,
that's crazy. I didn't see that part.
Yeah, he came to high five me. I thought it was just a normal kid. So that's the only thing I hate about outdoor shows too, because it's very hectic and it's not easy to block the crowd fully out all the time. So it's like
do two hands.
It's a struggle at times, but yeah, man, it was an absolute blast, and get to start the feud with the guy that we did with the podcast and how that's been going, and people are going to get to see more of what happened with that in season 5. And yeah, man, I've just now been slowly getting everything ready for season 5 now. Oh man, you sound like how I'm doing with my kids playing with the camera.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my face to be. I was stuck at the damn. What's it called?
Man.
You got to push it down a little bit more. But yeah, Warren, that's awesome, bro. I'm really glad, to hear that you're having a good time, like coming back into it. Do a little bit more. Press it down a little bit more. Too much. Yeah, to get this thing set has been. I just started getting back in the studio, man. I did the whole decoration and everything like that. Like maybe
I like the setup. That's pretty cool. I like the little light ups and stuff. I was thinking about doing something like that.
No, baby, you have to bring it, press it down, pull the handle up, and then the camera down. This is not going well. Hold on, let me get my life together real quick. Hold on 1 second.
Man, that's the fun of doing these things. Cameras go wherever they want to go at times. Oh man.
All right. Yeah, my bad. F up the whole show just for that or whatever. Warren, yo, listen, I'm glad you jumped on, bro. First of all, yep, thanks, bro, for hopping in. Spent a little time, took a little break, and now we back at it. But yeah, I heard you said you coming back with your seasons. You coming back? You said in September, right? I saw your promotions. Yeah, I wanted to talk, man. We haven't had a Wrestletalk show in a while. I was just right before you jumped on. I was kind of talking about the a couple stories we want to talk about today, but I was saying I want to have some people on here because one of the things I want to ask everybody who's in the room today is I want 5 names, if at tops 5, of people who we can honestly see in the limelight in WWE right now. Like honestly, I'm talking honestly, I'm talking about somebody you can see on the caliber of like that's another Rock, that's another Roman Reigns. That's like I'm sorry, like you know what I mean? I want to do that on this episode. I want to try to see if we can establish that. But I was just talking about how I love my boy Jey Uso, man. And he's always been somebody that Usos, I love him and they're incredible. But I have to be honest, I'm still kind of struggling with seeing Jey as an independent dude, yo. And I feel like, you know,
You're not
you
the
can
only
say
one.
that to people. Okay, say yeah. I mean, I feel like you can say that to people at this point, and people are kind of, you know, looking at you sideways. But I'm like, you know, I just don't. He's really good. It's incredible. Like his story, everything is pushing. But I definitely feel like the story is shining him right now
Yeah.
instead of, you know, just him shining all the way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, how do you feel? So share your opinion on that too, since you kind of relate.
Hey man, I gotta say this. I love the whole transition that they have been doing with this whole storyline. You know, they've been having like it in milestones. Roman
Yeah,
taking over for a while by himself. Jay and Roman going at it, which that made me believe that Jay stood out completely from just the Usos. We've talked about
yeah,
it numerous times. I
yeah,
absolutely wish that feud would have continued on with the COVID thing. And I mean, that was something to make you want to watch a no crowd stadium to watch that feud just itself. Um,
yeah. A few was
my
good.
biggest downfalls that I had about the SummerSlam match, which it was good, I felt like it went way too long, and it did not have the family traditional thing that I needed. I needed
Bro.
more family members involved in this. I said it numerous
Yes,
times they should have booked the show in Hawaii if they really wanted to
bro.
go fully into this involvement. And I'm pretty sure
Yep.
if they did a SummerSlam in Hawaii, you, it was sold out simply. But the
Outside, yeah, it would
but
have
the
been
thing you're
incredible.
saying about these guys in the limelight, and I think a lot of guys have been saying it right now, we're in the cusp of an attitude era genre right now with WWE. They're selling out every freaking weekend, every week. And it's not just a select few of guys. Like, of course, when we saw Raw, Rollins, Cody, got Sami Zayn, Sammy's still getting his shine, Kevin Owens,
Yeah,
Finn Balor, all of Judgment Day right now has been really showcasing very well to me at
trying to
times.
tell you, trying
I'm
to tell
telling you
you.
right now, Dominic
Yeah,
Mysterio, don't sleep on
bro.
him. Don't sleep
Listen,
on
yo,
this guy no more.
listen. I gotta be honest. Dominic Mysterio, I can see him. You know what I feel about Dominic Mysterio too? I feel like he is the perfect example to understand why a heel establishes your character, yo. I don't through any of the heels in history for the most part that I can remember, everybody started off as a dominant heel and they made you hate him. And
Yep.
then they transitioned into Dominic Mysterio is a prime. When he was with his dad, I couldn't stand him. I was like, yo,
Yeah.
please let this kid do something different, yo. But that whole prison Dom, just straight up arrogant, tough guy. He got
A
back
little
up with real.
teardrop.
Listen,
A
it's
little
so
teardrop.
good. And you want to know what's crazy? I was paying attention to his matches and stuff like that, and he's actually fucking gotten a lot better in the ring, like really good. So,
Dominic's been wrestling since he was 13 years old. Literally in
and
a
it's
ring since
in
he
his
was
blood.
13 years old, man.
Yeah,
Uh,
in his blood. His daddy's one
In
of
a
the greatest of
way,
all time.
Dominic is now benefiting an NXT standpoint as well because you
Yeah,
know you're going to want to watch NXT now because of who
exactly.
Dominic is wrestling. And Dominic, and this is something that Roman has been doing very well for a long time too. Roman was able to showcase his opponent. Like, of course, he's the dominant bad guy. You know, you're buying tickets to go see who's going to beat him.
Yeah.
Dominic is doing that now on NXT. He's going to
Mm.
have people watching him just sitting there. As much as you want to hate this guy, it's hard to not want to watch him at the same time because
Yeah.
in a way he is completely out of his dad's shadow right now. He
Oh
is
yeah, completely.
completely out of it.
Completely. Yeah.
You
I
can't even
agree.
I don't even really say he is Dominic Mysterio, but that dirty Dom genre is making him excel
I love that
more
shit.
than what you've seen. Like
Yeah.
and Cody has said it recently on an interview saying it's so good now that we're actually seeing good guys get cheers again. And the bad
Yeah, yeah.
guys are getting the boos again. Like it's
Boo,
coming
out the
back to
arena.
that
Yeah.
original standpoint again. And like I
Yeah.
said, from like a whole roster standpoint, it's not just a select few of guys. Like the roster is stacked.
Yeah,
Sheamus,
it
Drew
is.
McIntyre, all these guys they're getting their cusp in, whatever. Gunter, my goodness, Gunter has said
Yeah. Gunter's
perfectly
a
what he's
whole
doing
nother
right now,
level.
bro.
Yo, isn't it crazy? Gunther's somebody. We're gonna talk. We're gonna do the 5. I want to do the 5. Like just a
Yeah,
quick
yeah.
thought 5 too.
It's
But
a hard
Gunther,
number, man. I think it's a whole roster at times. Like they're
yeah,
all
yeah.
really getting something out of it.
Gunther is somebody. He's another one that I love the fact that, we've established the Roman Reigns dominance, ridiculously. But let's be honest, we all know realistically the bloodline has carried Roman's ass for almost his whole,
And
thing. You know what I mean?
that was the story to it. That was the
Yeah,
story.
that
Like
was the
he's the
whole
mafia
story.
guy.
Exactly. But Gunther is just he just ain't fucking beating him. Like he's went up and had barn burners
He's by
with
his damn self, man.
Sheamus. Bro, he is incredible, man. He is incredible. I like the way that they're keeping him at that caliber is what's so important to keep Gunther at. Like when he
Yes.
loses, I feel like because he's had such dominance, even his loss isn't really going to affect him.
No.
His
No.
loss is like he can lose the title and not and he'd still be a threat. I wouldn't mind. I'm ready for Survivor Series if they want to drop that Intercontinental or even keep it and put Gunther up against Seth. I would not hate it. I would say I was even kind of down for at SummerSlam for Finn to take the belt from Seth. I think that it's
I
time.
really wanted it. I really wanted Finn
Yeah,
because it's
me
like
too.
the 7 story was so good. Like we could
Yeah,
feel
it
that
was.
emotion. It's like, dude, that was the last time you really saw Finn Balor be Finn Balor.
Yeah,
Coming
he was
in
a
there,
beast, man.
Orlando, people were losing their mind when he got on that Monday Night Raw and beat Roman. He beat
Yeah,
Roman that night. Like
yeah,
you really could not look at Finn at that time because honestly, if Finn never got hurt, Finn would have had that title for a while. I think Finn would have transitioned to a bad guy because the demon standpoint, and Lord only knows where that story would have went. But
yeah,
these things, I understand why Finn didn't win, but because Seth is, I mean, Seth is Seth right now. Seth is at a whole different level at times.
yeah.
I feel like
But
some of his stuff is getting a little stale at times, but he's him. This is his character that he's been wanting for a long time. And
yeah,
I mean,
and you know how I've been rocking with Seth, especially when it's come to wanting Seth to dethrone Roman. And I still kind of think that Seth is one of the ones. It's starting to change now because of the direction the story's going in. But hold on, we got another guest. Yo, listen, all right, we're getting the room filled up now. Returning once again, another returning guest. Feels good to be back, man. I miss you guys, yo. Yo, we got my man DJ Tig, the realest. Tig is back. What up, brother?
Yo, what's good? What's good?
what's up?
What up, man? It's been a little while.
Oh yeah, it's been a minute.
Feeling good, bro?
Yeah. I'm good. I'm good. Life going.
That's what's
Life
up.
going.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on, man. I appreciate both you guys coming on tonight. Raven was supposed to be here, man. I'm not sure. Raven was really excited to get back on the show, but I know she's got work and she got some stuff. I don't know if Wednesday's working for her too well, but yeah, I really appreciate you guys coming on. Tig, we was over here just kind of powwowing about this new stuff that's going on in WWE. I haven't had a Wrestle Talk in a while. Have you been keeping up with the show recently?
So what? I watched all of SummerSlam, but I didn't watch
Yeah,
Monday Night Raw this past Monday.
got it. Yeah, what'd you think of SummerSlam?
It's pretty good. It's predictable, but it was pretty good.
Yeah.
It,
I thought
it
it
was
was an
pretty
okay
good.
show. The EO with Bianca, I called that shit in like the middle of the
Yeah,
match. When I first
yeah,
saw the thing, I was like, they gearing her up. She gonna win that title, and then EO gonna come. They did it right though. EO
yeah.
definitely should have won that title. What you think, Warren?
SummerSlam is Bianca's curse.
Bro, I think I was yo. I
She's
hope
getting
they
stale on
take.
the thing though, man. That's the
She
sad thing.
is.
I mean,
Yeah,
she's doing what she can, and
bro. Put her in
it's
that new Hurt Business with Street Profits and Bobby, bro. Put her in that new Hurt Business. I'm saying, like, you need a girl. I think some of these, that's why I think, well, I
just
guess you
didn't
kind
see
of
them
do.
two as a group being the bad guys. I did not see them going as a group. I thought it was just going to be one or the other, not both of them.
Montez.
But it works.
That's what
It
I
works
thought
so
too.
far.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope they come out and really establish it and I hope they come out on some dominant shit too. I hope they're not just like a sideshow. I want them like Judgment Day became dominant. Like they're everything about them between Damian Priest having the money in the bank, which I don't know who he's gonna go after with that thing. They might let him hold that for a while. I don't know who
He
he's
might
gonna go
hold it
after
to
with that shit,
Mania.
yo. Yeah. Yeah.
Honestly, I won't see him. He won't cash it in on Roman. I know he won't cash it in on
I
Roman.
wish I said this shit a long time ago. I feel like Roman Reigns' long ass streak should end with it's got to be either like an established person that's like, I can see Cody definitely coming in and now it's time to finish the story. You don't got the bloodline no more. At the end, when Solo finally flips on Roman, I don't think they're going to put Solo for the belt. I think they're going to just have him flip and just listen, I'm going back with my brothers, and then they can turn them all face, and then they can ride with one of these groups. You know what I'm saying? It would be perfect seeing Solo and the Usos go up against the New Hurt Business. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. But I feel like if Roman lost that belt on a cash in, I think that would be bananas. Yeah. That would
Yeah,
be one
it'd
of
be
the biggest
crazy.
you feel me? That
He
would be
has
such a
before, though.
pop, yo.
He has before.
Yeah?
Remember the WrestleMania? Seth cashed in on his WrestleMania main event.
Oh, on Brock and him. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's dead right. Yeah, I mean, I always forget about that because Brock was there too, and I don't know. I felt like Brock had that hurt. Wasn't Brock the champion on that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah.
you knew
Brock
Roman was going to win that. You knew Roman. I mean, as many times as he's chased that title, bro. Like,
yeah,
I gotta say, like, honestly, like what we're talking about, an established guy go against Roman. I see it happening. It's coming soon. It's either that, or of course, it might be at Mania. If it's at Mania, it's Cody or somebody. But the story that their whole transition with all these guys, it's making you believe like it's more than just one guy. Gunter.
Yeah.
Gunter is really. I honestly was probably going to say Gunter is probably going to be the next Seth Rollins champion at the time, because that title is going to go a little bit to different hands.
I think so too.
Now that it's now established, now you got to go and get it to more standpoint with Gunter.
Yeah.
Come on.
I think so too. I think that's why I was surprised that Finn didn't win that shit. But they are kind of setting up with the JD McDonough, and they're kind of like, they're transitioning. I personally think that the Judgment Day going to play everybody and just bring JD in, and they're going to just have a even stronger faction. I don't know, bro. Another thing I was thinking about is I can see, and this sounds crazy, but I can see at the end of this bloodline story, all of them coming back together and turning on some face shit and be on some babyface shit, and them doing a run like that, and then Roman dropping the title in that way. And if Cody turns on some heel shit and it's heel Cody versus dominant babyface tribal chief Roman, then I'd be fucking down for that, bro.
See, I heard Roman gonna take a break after WrestleMania next year because he been like getting like a lot of Hollywood opportunities and stuff that he been turning down just because of wrestling.
Well, you also
that's what the rumor is.
Roman came back from cancer, and he's literally been a whole 180, constantly booked on these shows, taking these things. So, I mean, when it is his time, we know he's going to take a while, which he deserves.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't even go yet. Yeah, I thought he was going to be going, already. That's why I'm surprised he still has the belt. But I wouldn't hate if he left to leave.
Brock, all these guys are starting to leave. Now you got more. Now you got more placements in there, bro. Think of that match. What we talking about with SummerSlam? Cody, you saw these
incredible.
two literally
that was
just
a great
rip each
match,
other.
man.
This was the old school type of way how to properly do a match to establish somebody into a storyline.
Yeah,
this was legitimately like how a Hulk Hogan used to get established in matches. Get beat down against like an Andre the Giant thing. Like, hey man, stay down, stay out, don't come back up, don't do this, don't do that. And then for Brock to raise somebody's hand, he's never done that in a match.
Never done that shit. Yeah,
I was shocked by
that. That was established.
It was him passing the torch, and it was also nice because. Go ahead, Tig.
No, I'm saying, and they said it wasn't part of the plan either. It's like that was like one even part. He just
Cody
did that.
He thought he was getting attacked when he was
Getting
getting his
Yeah.
punched.
hand
Yeah, he said
raised.
he was gonna get punched by. But did anybody else feel like maybe Brock? I kind of thought that was gonna be Brock's kind of. I thought Brock was gonna be finished after that. I thought he was gonna hang up the gloves and throw him in the ring. That's one of the things I thought he was gonna do. And then you know what happened to his pants? He ripped beat the brakes off his ass.
I didn't know anything about that until everybody started showing memes, and then I went back and watched it because
Yeah, he had.
I had to
Yeah,
watch
I
it after
noticed.
I got off of work. So I had my phone off, everything. I didn't have nobody to sit
Got
here
it.
and spoil this thing for me. Got home at
Yeah.
like 4:00 in the morning, so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna put it on, and I was like, and I didn't see any problem with it. Then I kept seeing all the memes like, yeah, Brock suplexed somebody so hard he burst out of his shorts, and so I was like, what?
Bro, that
And
shit
then I
was
looked back,
crazy.
I'm like,
He was ass out. I was like, damn. But that was a great match. That was a great match. That was
that
a
was probably the
phenomenal
match of the
match.
night, in my opinion. Like the way that they
Yeah,
Yeah,
done
it was.
everything, bro.
yeah.
Cody,
Because the last match, like you said earlier, that the tribal combat,
bro,
I thought that
people are
shit was
getting
boring.
pissed
I ain't
behind the
gonna lie.
scenes with that. They were really
Yeah, I
pissed
ain't
that
like
they went
that.
over their time, and that's a main event. And it was just
Yeah,
like
it was
the
boring.
story was not really told in that thing. I predicted that Jimmy was going to get involved because now the Usos have been talking for the longest time. They've always wanted a brother versus brother match.
Shit, I heard that they didn't. I heard that they never wanted to verse each other. They always just wanted to be like the greatest tag teams ever. That's why I'm surprised because I thought that they never were interested in fighting each other. But now, this is what I was talking about earlier, right before you guys jumped on. You know, everybody's got this thing where everybody's like, "Oh, that's going to be the next Wrestle." Bro, listen, WrestleMania just happened, bro. I'm not trying to wait another 9 months to see the like this shit is
This ain't a
happening
Rock
now,
and
bro. Like,
Cena type thing right now. You can't just make
yeah,
a
like
whole
let it
year
happen.
for it.
If it happened at Payback, I feel like that would be the smartest decision because it's literally the title of the damn, you know what I mean? And it's not like it's a big thing because Jimmy came in the ring and he was like, yo, I did it for you. I did it because of this. And you had to kind of relate to him like, yo, listen, it was love. Like he fucked you over, but he wasn't personally think that they should switch that shit around and just have Jimmy on some crazy heel shit and let them both be established. Why not? I mean, what else are you going to do? But
The
I don't know.
craziest
But
thing
wrestling
about
has been good.
WrestleMania though is it's in Philly. In
Yeah.
Philadelphia, there's a wrestling promotion owned by Alpha and Sika. That
Shit.
could tell a whole story with that. Rikishi runs that promotion over there as well. So I could see why people are saying, oh, it's going to be a WrestleMania thing because they do have wrestling promotions in that area. So that could be something that transitioned to that. But like you just said, WrestleMania, it's hard to believe it's already still just gone. And, you know, we're just now going to Payback. The big pay-per-view that's coming up is Survivor Series. I think we got
Survivor Series,
a month or two
last
left.
one of the month. November, yeah. Survivor Series
Oh, it's
usually in
November,
November.
yeah. So it's like, you
Yeah,
know, it's crazy how we jump ahead of these things. Like,
yeah, that's it's like the holidays in Walmart. I walked in the fucking Walmart. I was over there buying something. Halloween shit out already. I was like, damn, back to school just happened. That
so
shit
I
is
work at a
crazy, bro.
warehouse. I work warehouse. That's my actual shoot job. And you know, it's so funny. Like we start order filling stuff for like Christmas time, literally in October. In October, they already want to get Christmas stuff ahead, Easter stuff. That joke drives me nuts because it's literally we start delivering that stuff in November. They just leave it in stores, hide it storage, and have it prepared for that moment. So it's just like it's so crazy. I get it. They want to be ahead of the game, but it's like it kills the fun of the suspense for it. And that's something like I hate with a lot of things, but I want to be shocked. I want to feel that emotion and stuff like that.
Live in the moment,
You
bro.
can
Like
only
that's
have
how I
Burger
kind of
King
be
so many
feeling,
times, man, until it's like, all right,
bro.
I'm done with this.
You're right. You absolutely right. Yo, Tig, what you been up to, man? I know it's Wrestle Talk, but it's cool, bro. What you been up to, man?
Shit, just work. I just came back from vacation. Been working on the DJ business and
That's what's
starting
up.
work
Yeah, I
on
see DJ
logistics.
Tig over there.
Yeah, I've been DJing and so I've been working. I've just been working on that. Then me and my brother, we about to start our sports podcast in a couple of weeks for football. So
I saw that too. Congratulations, bro. Definitely want to check
I
that out. I'm
appreciate it.
not like a huge, sports fan. Like I'm a UFC dude. I'm wrestling. I like shit like that. But I do watch football. But I'm just not like die hard.
I am. I
congratulations, bro,
love
because
it.
I know, bro, motherfuckers love football, yo.
I start watching
About that
highlights
time.
because I got the itch. I done got the itch
Yeah,
the last couple weeks, man. I been just watching highlights when I ain't got nothing to do. Just
yeah,
bide my time in
yeah.
week one.
I love a good
Hey,
game,
I
bro. I
could
love a
actually
good
brag
game.
about my team now. My goodness, it's been forever. Like,
What's your
gosh
Yeah,
dang,
team?
man. When was the last time everybody wanted to brag about the Jaguars in forever? I can't even tell you.
Hey, that's like one
oh,
of
the
my sleeper
Jaguars, you
teams
saying?
this year.
Bro,
Yeah, he
it's
said
so crazy, man. Like, like
that's
everybody
like
picks on me, especially on the podcasts and stuff. Like, I can't believe you're a Jaguars
uh
fan. I'm like, but you at least gotta respect the fact that I'm not okay. I'm a New England fan. I'm this fan. I'm this fan. Like,
yeah,
no, man, I've been
that's fair.
staying with this whole team. I was the fan when they were 0 and whatever, just so we could get Trevor Lawrence. So
Right.
it's so cool, like where we ended off last season to where we're going into this one. Um, don't know nothing about my Miami Hurricanes, which is kind of scary. College football, usually I'm more excited about Miami every year. I'm not this year because there's nothing exciting that they've been saying about the season. So it's like, just
Okay.
to really feel excited about a Jaguar season has got to say something because I mean honestly, if you ever had a movie that was about the worst team on the NFL, Jaguars is probably damn near on that list for a while. Like
I thought
it,
Miami was. Ain't Miami up there too, like one of the worst teams, like all
Dolphins,
time and shit.
they've come up in
Without
Nah,
like
Dan
no,
Marino.
no.
they made the playoffs last year. So I mean,
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
they
Maybe
did.
this century.
this was the first time in 7 years all Florida teams made the NFL playoffs.
Yeah.
Man, it's crazy.
That
What's your
was
team,
that was
Tig?
insane.
Oh, my team, Cowboys. I'm a Cowboys fan.
Oh Jesus.
Oh, see, you and my brother, man. My brother Greg, yo.
Yeah.
That Greg was a fucking diehard. JD the Mouth. He's a diehard Giants fan. So
Ugh.
like I tell everybody, I got into football because I used to
Cowboys are just good
watch.
until playoffs.
Oh shit, here we go. I used to watch football with him, and I used to go against the Giants just to piss him off and talk shit. But then getting that got me kind of just watching Giants games, so I kind of just followed the Giants after that, and it was just like, it just happened.
I used to make a
But
joke. I said Jacksonville started the fantasy football thing just so you could be excited about football.
mm, yeah, the fantasy, yeah, people go crazy for that. They make money off that motherfucking shit too.
Bro,
But that's what's up, man. I'm glad to see everybody's doing good, bro. I'm glad to get to talking about stuff. Yo, we still got live in the line, man. Hey, listen, Beeline, I know we kind of just talking, bro, but we still got live in the line. We still got everything going on. I'm ready to, get back in the swing. There's a lot of shit going on. I want to talk about everything, man. But yeah, with wrestling right now, man, it's been a lot of fun. I mean, the other thing that I saw, we did watch Raw this week, and SmackDown's coming up. But I did say this when I first started the show today. After WrestleMania, stuff starts dying down a little bit, and there's definitely some still some good storylines going on, but there's also some stuff that's like, all right, well, we'll see where it goes. Like, what you think about that Shinsuke situation? Like, Shinsuke's kind of turning
finally,
into a yeah. You
finally.
think but do you think they're gonna do
He's
something
more
with
of
it
a
though, bro?
heel,
Like,
man. I think Shinsuke, the biggest thing is that you could tell this around now. Shinsuke is very creative. If you
yeah,
give him the chance to do whatever he wants, Shinsuke could work whatever way you want, especially the way the wrestling fan base is nowadays. We actually have the hardcore wrestling fans that are actually watching WWE a little bit more nowadays because
yeah,
there's so much more you can follow around. And it's not just, okay, I'm only watching Seth. I'm watching Cody. I'm watching this. You've got a variety. And getting the hardcore wrestling fan base is to put something with Shinsuke in there because Shinsuke is probably one of the best New Japan guys ever to come out of there.
mm,
So it's like
okay,
they're finally bringing that standpoint. I want to see what they're going to do with this. I don't think Shinsuke's going to win. I don't care about it, but it's giving
yeah,
Shinsuke back a chance to get back into a title picture because
yeah. It is
he
nice to
hasn't been
see
in one
somebody
in
different.
forever. I
Yeah, it
mean,
is nice to see somebody
WrestleMania when he
different,
turned
man.
on AJ, that was the last time you seen him in a title.
I
Like,
remember
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, Shinsuke kind of dropped off. I'm be honest with you, when he came into WWE, everybody made this noise and shit, and like, oh, this guy. And I'll be real, and I'm not saying it's his fault, but I never really saw anything that was like so crazy
You're not the
impressive.
only one. You're not the only one.
know?
I remember a lot of guys would tell me like, "Hey, man, you got to watch Shinsuke's matches. You got to do this. You got to do this." As a wrestler, I still could never really watch a full New Japan match. It just felt
Yeah.
weird to me. It felt like it was just way too stretched out. But
Yeah,
when
This
Shinsuke
shit
came
like
in
Uzi.
to the NXT and faced Sami Zayn, I started becoming a little bit of a believer with him on that. Now, I believed Shinsuke was only over because of his music. That was just my personal opinion on it. I didn't think that he really brought anything else other than that standpoint. He heavy hits. I mean, I saw the dude wrestle live, and you could hear his kicks freaking 3 stories back. Like he was hitting, laying them in. So I was like, they're gonna have to trim that down first. But for him now to actually, and for him to stay as long as he has been with it, you can show that passion that he is about this. I think now it is time for him to really get that chance, to get that showcase. And with him and Seth Rollins, I think that's a big positive benefit for that as well.
yeah, it should be a good match. It definitely should be a good match. Did y'all ever see that match with him and Brock Lesnar? I thought in New Japan,
And the
I
Japan,
thought
yeah,
I thought Brock was like, I don't know why I thought Brock Lesnar was like got beaten at like, but Brock Lesnar fucked his guy.
bro.
I thought he was like really like I
Watch
don't know
him
why.
versus
I guess
Kenny
because I thought
Omega. He beat the shit out of Kenny Omega.
who Brock Lesnar.
He beat the
Oh shit! I didn't even
living
know they fought
dog piss
before.
out of Kenny Omega.
Oh wow, I
Yeah,
didn't even know
Brock be
that.
fucking people up,
They
bro.
did
I didn't know
not
that
want,
either.
they did not let him go against Kenny Omega anymore because Kenny Omega made so many comments talking about he couldn't keep up or something like that and beat the dog piss out of him.
Hey, you don't fuck with Brock, bro. Brock is a fighter. He don't give a fuck.
One of my
Yo, how many
favorites of
people?
all
Yo,
time.
anybody in the room? A fan that we got 2 people who recently is exited WWE recently. We had Ronda Rousey apparently. Did y'all like that whole Shayna Baszler Ronda Rousey thing? That was the biggest load of bullshit I ever watched on WWE, yo. I'd be honest with you. You watched the
Yeah, I
take?
hated it. Yeah, I
That
hated that.
shit was horrible. I hate when people
Yeah.
fucking
The
you
build up
can't
to
do
it was
fake
good.
fighting,
The
bro.
promo fighting standpoint, the
Shit was
promo to
so
the fight
corny.
was good. The match sucked. And
Yeah.
it was sad because they were trying to bring the UFC feel. If they were going to do that, lay your stuff in. Like that's only my
Yo,
opinion.
just have a fight. They
Just
could have.
have a fight.
They
If that's
literally
all y'all
could have
could be
just had a
comfortable
fight,
doing, just have a fight.
bro. They could have just had a fight, yo. That shit was,
Oh.
and somebody who's a super fan of actual fights and a fan of wrestling, so I got to deal with people. Oh, it's not real and blah blah blah. That shit was so staged and boring. I was like, yo, come on, bro.
I
These are
felt bad
literally
for
2
Shayna
combat
because it was supposed to
fighters.
have been a positive benefit for her, and I feel like you couldn't really get behind
People
it at
kind of
all.
clowned it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was bored with that shit. I was bored with that. But Ronda's going. Anybody miss her?
She did what she
Anybody in
did,
the
man.
room?
And I gotta say, man, Ronda bumped her ass off. Her moveset was whatever it was. Ronda legitimately was bumping off the top rope, bumping off all these damn things. So I mean, you know what?
Yeah.
Even as a worker, whatever, and that's our job is to make the next person look good. Ronda did her part. Like okay, she couldn't work fully a match. I can name 16 different people that can't work a full match, but they're booked on every show because in people's eyes they're the big showcase or whatever. Ronda did bring a prestige to wrestling. UFC, she dominated UFC. Even though she got knocked out by 2 people and then she just left,
Yeah,
she made a milestone to it. So she did bring a benefit to WWE. I just felt like she was in there way too long. If she'd done what she did, if she did the thing with Stephanie McMahon, did the little things with Charlotte after that first, after the main event, whatever, and ended it, she would have been fine.
She also talked a lot of shit. And
She
that's
did.
kind of her
Oh, definitely.
MO, man. Her personality is very like, toxic. Like you don't really be feeling it. Like she gets in her feelings and she starts immediately trash talking people and bad mouthing and shouting shit out. I didn't like all that shit she was on, getting her hair braided, talking about, oh, it's fake and all this other shit and all that stuff. But people were like, oh, it's probably a work. And I'm like, listen, bro, even if it is like kind of a shitty way to do it. I never
That's
was a
a
fan of
UFC
Ronda
thought.
really.
That's an
Yeah, I don't
MMA
really fuck
type
with her like
feel
that
to
much,
it.
yo.
Yeah.
She was always like kind of shitty. When Amanda knocked her the fuck out, I was the only person over there rooting for her over there with all these promotion videos and like she's coming back. So I was like, Amanda Nunes gonna knock you the fuck, and Amanda knocked her ass. Amanda's like, bitch, are you crazy? You
Did
know who
she
I
cry?
am?
My
I can't
first
remember if she
Ronda Rousey
cried.
fight was the Holly Holm fight. Like first time I
Really?
ever got
Oh
to
yeah,
see the
you missed
Ronda
out on
Rousey
Ronda
fight.
then, bro.
So I literally
Yeah,
watched
Ronda.
it, and everybody's like, "Oh, this is gonna be a tough fight," whatever. And then Holly Holm go fight Nunes, and Nunes knocks her out.
Oh yeah, Nunes
Literally
is
right
fucking
after
the
the
best of
cusp
all
of her
time.
beating Ronda. So it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that girl's a different animal.
Yeah, Nunes
Good
is the
Lord,
best of all time.
Nunes ever
Only
come to WWE.
that bullshit win that Juliana Pena got over Amanda, which I'm saying bullshit, even though it was a legit win. She choked her ass out, and it was what it was. But
I
it
need
got
those scores.
answered, bro. It got answered immediately, and Amanda put her ass right back in her fucking position. And Amanda Nunes is the greatest of all time, in my opinion. As far as
Oh,
women.
easily.
But and my boy John
Yeah.
Jones, yo. Listen, my boy John Jones, fucking greatest. Yo, when John came back, jump on some UFC shit real quick, Beeline. When John came back, everybody was fucking hating on my boy, talking about he's not ready. He's been this, he's been that. He put fucking Cyril Gahn down in the first round. He didn't even have a fucking
Yeah.
opportunity, yo.
I wanted
It's
to
like,
see
nigga,
him
do
and
you know
Lesnar
who
go
I
against
am?
each other. I wanted to see that.
That was gonna be you. I think that would have been one of the biggest fucking matches, man.
Him
Yeah,
or
I would have
Cormier. I
loved
would
that.
have wanted to see that one again. If Cormier
Yeah,
really got
Cormier,
back in shape and stuff,
he
I
wasn't
would have
ready,
wanted to
bro.
see it.
John knocked
Cormier
his ass
left at
out
a smart
twice.
time, man. He had the belt and left. He did it
He
at
was
a
a
smart
beast.
way.
Daniel Cormier, for his size and his stature, to be as dominant as he was a fucking animal, bro. DC is always. I love him so much more as a commentator than I do as a fighter. But he was still a great fighter. Like I wasn't against him, but my boy John Jones, man, that's
I
just my
want to see
boy,
that
yo.
Lesnar fight. If they ever could
Yeah.
do one, I would want to see that one. That could be
So
a good
Tig,
merger too, bro.
yeah, it would it definitely would be. Tig, one thing we had up on the list, man. We ain't gonna run too long, guys. We're gonna try to do like an hour real quick. It's on a return show. We'll have a little bit more going on next week. But one thing we had said before we started was I was trying to see 5 people, man. If the 3 of us right now we go around the room and get 5 people who you can see in WWE that is somebody you can see in the next position to like hold the company, like a John Cena, like a The Rock, like a what's it called? 5 people now that they have, and it's got to be honest, man. Don't tell me, fucking Matt Riddle or some shit. Like, gotta be on some
I don't
good
even.
real shit.
I don't even put him in the Crash Holly comparison yet with that one. Come
Yeah,
on.
yo, think about it. Think about it real quick, Tig. I got one more question, just for the wrestling people who watching. So I know I keep up with AEW more than I watch it, and I know CM Punk is back. I know they have Collision on Saturday. That happened while I was gone, and yes, I saw the one thing I saw. CM Punk has got the title now, and who did CM Punk beat for the title? Yo, MJF.
That's his old title. That's the title that he
Get the
didn't lose.
fuck out of here.
That's the old title that he
He
didn't
gained a
lose.
title?
That's why. Nah, he's saying he's the true champion because he never lost it. That's why. That's correct.
Okay. Shit, Edge could have said that at that point.
Yeah, man, it's dumb. Honestly, bro, CM Punk's that guy that came to WCW. It's really getting to that point. I mean, Punk is he's trying to control all that stuff, and I just hope Tony Khan stops it before it gets too bad because he's controlling everything over on that Collision show, and you got all your main draws on that Collision show, and some of them are getting
They have
upset
a show
about it.
on Saturday. I don't think it makes any sense to have a damn
It's
show on
the
Saturday.
hardcore fan base, man. You know, the wrestling fans, they want to just try to hate WWE, and I get it. Love what you want, watch what you need, but AEW is a hit or miss for me. Like how you just said, we keep more up with it than watch it. That's enough for me.
That's it.
That's really enough for me.
You just schooled me because I thought he was the damn champion. So who's the champion right now?
MJF.
Well,
If you want to watch some good story, bro, watch MJF and Adam Cole. That's
what I've
pretty
been
much
saying.
the only entertaining thing that's been going on with AEW, in my honest opinion.
So you
That's the
telling
way
me
they've
they
been
got
doing it.
MJF and Adam Cole as a team right
They
now,
got like a
so
little
they can
buddy
turn
system
him?
right now. It's been pretty funny right now. I won't
But he
even
going
lie.
to turn on him, ain't he? If he's got the belt, he's going
Who
to turn on him.
knows? Who knows? I mean, just
I
what
don't
they've
know.
been doing with MJF, and this is really showing that MJF is credible, and he's not just screw you, whatever. Like he's
Yeah,
bringing a different transition with the MJF character finally,
yeah,
and that's what's really going to help him with the crowd base, in my opinion. And it's not going to make him just look like he's being pushed on them so much. But
got it.
the thing with him and Adam Cole has been gold. I mean, them doing their little vignettes and stuff like that has been perfect. But
Got
I
it.
mean, that's the only
Okay.
entertaining thing that I've been seeing with AEW. That's just my
Yeah,
that's my
I see
opinion.
my boy Billy Gunn retired recently, and that's my boy from New Age Outlaws, one of my favorite tag teams of all time. Congrats to him for sticking out there for so long. I think Jericho's on his way, man. Them guys, a lot of them dudes. There's a couple of the old timers that's still there. Edge. They're saying Edge's next match is probably going to be
I'm
his
gonna probably
retirement
cry.
match in Toronto.
I will cry. I will cry
Yeah,
that last
I
match,
was
man,
sad the
because
first time he retired. I remember that when he
I
gave
had
up
to
the
yeah,
do the
world
man.
same thing.
heavyweight.
So I mean that
Yeah,
that's
that was like
something
one
to
of the
really
saddest
deal with.
days.
Yeah, man.
That return, bro.
Yeah,
That Royal Rumble cleared it out for me for Edge completely.
yeah. Yeah, Edge is definitely one of the powerhouses, man. It's crazy because every time I think of Edge, I still think of the old school Edge. I'm talking about even before the Brood. That's when I was the biggest Edge fan when he was coming through the crowd. You think you know me with the glasses, and he was tag teaming
Flash
with
photography.
Sable, bro. That even before that, I'm talking about like the original downward spiral Edge. Like that was when I was fucking Edge fan. But I still loved him throughout his career. But I was just that's like really was the beginning. But yeah, Edge might retire,
I
man.
forgot he
25
did
years. We're
come out
looking
with
at
Sable. I forgot it was Sable. I thought it was
remember
Deborah.
that.
I thought it
Yeah,
was
well,
Deborah, but yeah, you're right, Sable.
he had like a tag match with Sable at one of the pay-per-views. But and he was like the surprise partner or whatever. But all these guys, like, the last of our, legends and stuff like that. You got Jericho that's still out there, Christian that's still out there. Guys is definitely gonna be hitting the retirement soon, man. Sting, fucking Sting's like I don't know if fucking broken in half yet. Sting's still doing it. I respect it, but I ain't trying to see no more old school wrestlers come back to WWE or anything, man. I'm fucking over that. I'm over the Goldberg return. I'm over it. I don't want to see that shit no more. Never again. Let these new guys get the new status. All right, let's start off in the room, man. Now that everybody kind of has some time to kind of quietly think about it. Tig, I know you kind of just be checking in and you kind of check it out. Who's 5 people that you can see, or at least 5, or three to 5, that you can say, damn, I can see this person being dominant and really like running WWE. People buying merch, the movies wanting to put them in movies, all that shit.
First person came out was Gunther. Yeah,
Gunther. Mm,
yeah, that's the first person that came to mind.
yeah.
The fans definitely love some LA Knight.
Uh,
They definitely love him. Just for
yeah.
the merch part. Maybe not dominant in the ring, but just the merch part. Like he could be
Yeah.
like that John Cena role. Like everybody just like want to buy
Yeah.
his merch, kind of like babyface
Yeah.
role. I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that he can play that
Yeah.
new John Cena role. Then
For real.
after that, man,
Anybody
it's
else?
Seth Rollins, of course. Like that
Yeah.
man Rollins. Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
obvious one.
Yeah,
I think my three.
I kind of feel like just on your Seth, I kind of feel like even though I'm a Seth fan, I'm not gonna lie, man. I kind of feel like Roman and Seth and the whole Shield, that's been kind of carrying WWE for like these last 15, 20 years almost. I think they're kind of starting to kind of push back a little bit, man. I mean, I'm not saying that they're not good, and definitely Roman's at top of his thing, but after Roman hits this mark right here. I when he leaves and comes back, I mean, I don't see him coming back for no crazy run like this. How is he going to top this shit right here? I
No,
think
I would
that
see
after
Roman.
this, you know what I mean? Like even with Seth, I
Yeah,
think Seth's got his thing. Like, are you going to want to? How many more times you going to want to see like a Randy Orton? You know what I mean? Like these guys
yeah.
they
They've
kind
been
of
there
had
for a
their
while.
time. Yeah. So that's why I was thinking, like, as far as like you just said, one name that you just really said that somebody else, my boy Dre on Wheels, He mentioned it. He was the first person to bring it to my attention about LA Knight, and he was like, "Man, this guy's like The Rock." And I heard that shit. I was like, "What? You crazy?"
They
And then I
love him.
heard LA Knight, and that guy, he's fucking phenomenal, man. And he's not the best wrestler. He's definitely not the best wrestler. But his whole attitude and his presence is just
Yeah.
it literally made the crowd, because he was a heel. They was pushing him as a heel. They weren't pushing him at all. But every time he grabbed that mic, people just levitated, bro. They were like, "Yep, we
Yeah.
like this guy.
That's
This is
another
what it
interesting
is."
comparison. I didn't think about The Rock as a comparison. I thought about John Cena first, but The Rock is a
Bruh,
good
when I
comparison
heard it,
too.
yeah, everybody says he's like a copycat of a combination of Stone Cold and The Rock. And if you really see it, it's exactly like his
Yeah,
whole
that's fair.
persona. It's crazy, bro, but I love it. I don't care if he is a copycat. Like, I love it. So
Yeah,
I
it's
definitely agree
good.
with you on LA Knight. I think LA would definitely be, I think he could take it. As far as being a name, without even having to be a phenomenal wrestler, I think if you give him a couple more moves that really stand out, similar shit, give him the fucking Luthez press where he comes off the ropes. He already does the elbow drop. I'm saying give him a couple of moves to really establish him. I think he will be fucking. I think he can win a belt and take it to the line. I think people would really love to love him. Um, so I say L.A. I want to say anywhere from like we were talking about Judgment Day earlier. It's hard, but I can see Drew McIntyre
I wanted to
step
say
into the
that.
plate and really do it. I can see it, but I don't know if they ever. Drew has to become a heel again, man. If the new bullshit with that whole him and Riddle shit, that is just, I don't understand how that even came about. Unless he
Yeah.
just wants to take it easy or something. But Drew, I feel like Drew should be dominant. Drew should be going after Seth, taking that belt from him right now, instead of Finn Balor every damn time we turn around. Like, they should have gave it to Finn, but if they didn't, let's move on. I think Drew should have, or he should switch up or turn heel, and I don't know. But I think Drew could. I agree with you on Gunther. I don't know if Gunther would be a top, because I think Gunther is just dominant as a heel. He'd be dominant as a, I don't know. Seeing Gunther as a face, I feel like they'd be on some goofy shit with him, like Kosloff and all the motherfuckers.
Yeah, I'd rather
Let him
see him
be
as a
in
heel.
between. Let him be an in betweener. Don't let him
Yeah,
have to change anything on his.
Yeah. Just
Obviously,
let him
just
be
not
exactly.
cheat and win type thing.
yeah,
Yeah,
just let
yeah.
him be
Just
him.
let him be an asshole. Like, he could be an asshole all the way through, and people just like him for it. But I can also see, like you said earlier, Warren, Dom, fucking Dominic Mysterio. I personally don't think they should ever change Dominic Mysterio. I think they should never make him on some face shit. I think they should always leave him in the asshole, and I think people are just gonna. I think it's gonna come sooner than later too. I think Rhea's gonna be the reason why people start liking Dominic, yo. They're gonna forget about the whole shit with Drew with Rey Mysterio, and I think they're gonna kind of just like him. Real quick, what did you guys think about Austin Theory losing the belt to Rey Mysterio?
Uh,
Damn, nobody.
I'm happy.
okay.
Blah, right?
You know what?
Yeah.
Austin Theory
Blah.
carried that for a long time. It was a different standpoint. It was a long time you got that title won on SmackDown, so that helped Fox in a way. So I mean, and of course, like, is Austin Theory going to be upset he lost it to Rey Mysterio? Rey Mysterio still probably high caliber in his thing, and I think if he did not get hurt, had that concussion, I think he would probably was going to win against Santos Escobar. So I think that's why they were trying to replace that. So I mean, but also you got to think now you can build this storyline. Is Austin Theory fully out of the storyline? Because Santos is about to start something. And now I think they're going to put a focus into the LWO standpoint. So who knows? I mean, I thought Theory was going to lose to somebody else, but hey,
Yeah,
it's
that's
Rey
what I was
Mysterio,
thinking.
man. It's Rey
Yes.
Mysterio.
I don't think
50
Theory.
years old, man.
I was
Killing
kind of
it.
bored with Theory holding the U.S. title, man. I ain't gonna lie. I don't really see. He wasn't really doing shit with it, yo, and that's the only reason. I mean,
He
it was
was
like they
defending
were
it every
having him.
week.
He was defending it. I'm not trying to take that away from him, but I just mean as far as like I guess in comparison, like you see Gunther and his establishment of the Intercontinental title is established now. Like he brought the prestige back to it completely. But I
Mhm.
feel like they could have did that with the US title too, but they kind of didn't really do too much with Austin Theory, man. Like what like Santos Escobar stuff is really kind of going down, but they were kind of like going against each other with that because him and Ray with LWO, and then they had the tournament, then they had LA Knight involved. So you were thinking that LA Knight was gonna, jump in there and try to take it from Theory, but that didn't happen. It's like the attention I feel like just wasn't really on Theory enough. Like
I think
Theory's
that's what they're
honestly,
gonna
he's
do.
kind of an afterthought right now. He's not really somebody who's like standing out. You don't I don't know if you can watch SmackDown and say, "Oh, I'm waiting for Austin Theory to come out for his." Like they don't really have too much going on with him, and I think it's an underutilized position because he is young and he is somebody who could step. I personally think he could be somebody that can be an incredibly dominant a part of the company. He could be somebody that could be the next, John Cena rolling into that role, but they have to establish this dude, yo.
I think that's what they're going
So
to
That's
focus
fair.
on with this because you got to remember last time he lost the title or when he lost to Pat McAfee or whatever, you discovered who Austin Theory was after that because he came out. He said, "Screw this phone gimmick. I
yeah,
literally just
yeah,
changed everything." I feel
yep,
like that is going to be what we're going to look at to now SmackDown because now SmackDown's getting to that cusp. It's like, all right, they're always been labeled as the wrestling show, not the showcase show, but the wrestling show. Of course, you got Roman Reigns. Roman is your big established. Roman's going to be
yeah.
established regardless. Paul
Mhm.
Heyman, whatever. So you got to find something that's going to tell something into SmackDown. Like you did say, even though the U.S. title was defended almost every single week, Theory won. And he won barely every time. So it was like a little of a stretch. Who was going to beat Theory? He had a good
Mhm.
run for a streak wise. You're
Yeah,
right.
he did.
He did not have that establishment of the United States title. And I don't think it was Theory's fault because Theory gave you a lot of showcasing things. Dude
Yeah,
can
you're
go in
right.
the ring. Now,
Yeah,
character wise, I feel like he does need to work on something. I feel like
yeah,
that is some type of change that he does need to work on. And that's somebody that
yeah,
literally is saying that because a lot of people be like, oh, wow, you're going to shade on Theory? Like, I'm just
bro.
saying, like, it is a very true establishment. But wrestling fans are so wishy washy it's not going to be okay to like Theory for a while because then they're going to be looking at it like, nah, I'm not looking at it. Then you're going to just be like, I don't know who to choose anymore. Like you got those type of standpoints, but Theory, I think is going to get reestablished again. L.A. Knight, he's established regardless right now.
Yeah, he
Um,
could do anything, and people are sticking behind, and people naturally grew to LA Knight. It wasn't anything forced. They tried to kind of shine him away, but they demanded LA Knight, and I think that's what I respect more than anything. I like that
Yeah.
natural shit that just happens
slow
without
in the
like
ring, slow
yeah,
down in the ring, and that's all I ask for L.A. Knight because there's been some matches that have been a little bit too sketchy at times. When he
and
jumped off that rope, I almost had a heart
with
attack
him
at
and
that point.
Sheamus, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah,
Oh
that
my
shit was
god.
crazy.
Sheamus
Them
got
motherfuckers
knocked out when
almost
he
died.
rolled off the ring. I'm just like, please don't freaking hurt somebody in this.
Yeah. Yeah, that was rough. But
Yeah.
one of the things I also see with LA Knight, just to have a little bit of criticism, like you're saying, Warren, is one of the things that I don't like that he's doing is he's pandering to the crowd a little bit, and I think it is kind of affecting his ability to be good on the mic because that
Miz
powwow that him and
slaughtered
the
him.
Miz had. No,
Miz
no, no.
slaughtered him.
I don't agree. That part I don't agree on. I think the Miz is fucking one of the best in the industry on the microphone, bro. And for LA Knight to be able to stand there and stand up to Miz and hold his own, because he definitely did. He stumbled on his words a little bit, but he keeps when you watch him, pay attention to shit if you don't see it. He always looks at the crowd when he says something because he's trying to see what they're doing, and that fucks him up. And you see it. And I feel like if he can just be him and just stay the reason why the crowd, basically levitated to his ass in the first place, I feel like he can establish his character and be completely dominant. But you're right, because The Miz is incredible, but The Miz didn't break him. When he said, you did all that shit because you had to. I wasn't doing that shit. I ain't fucking changing no bathrooms. You did that, not me. I'm LA Knight. I was like, I fully understand you, brother. Like you couldn't have had
That
a
was
better
perfect.
comeback. And then he was like, your career is where it's at, and my career is still going. And you got to say, like, yeah, Miz, you did accomplish a
When
lot, but
Miz
what the
called
fuck
him
you
the
doing
flavor of
next?
the week, I was like,
Yeah. Yeah. Miz is one of the most underutilized on the microphone, I think, that ever have been in wrestling, in my
I mean, you
opinion.
gotta think, Miz
He is
came from a guy that
phenomenal.
he did not wrestle on the indies. Miz
No.
came completely out of reality TV.
Yeah. And he was still playing the
One of
WWE.
the true originals from Tough Enough that are still
Tough
there
enough.
to this day. How
Bill
many people are
DeMont's
from Tough Enough
respect.
right now?
Yeah.
That's
And
true.
didn't
The
even win
Miz.
it. He didn't even win the damn Tough Enough.
No, they respected him because he busted his ass. He busted his ass and he proved him. He had to prove
True
himself more
workhorse,
because
man.
of that reality shit. That
And
reality
people
shit
hated him
made
for it.
them respect him. Yeah.
People hated
Just
him
like
for
Logan
it.
Yeah.
Paul. Just like Logan, people hate Logan. Look, listen, Logan Paul, in my opinion, is one of the best wrestlers in the fucking WWE right now. In my opinion, one of the best. I don't see a lot of people fucking with Logan Paul. As far as even on the mic, yo, I'm telling you right now,
All
he
right.
is fucking phenomenal, bro.
I agree.
He's phenomenal.
I agree. But as a wrestler's perspective, he needs to slow down a little bit when he is doing the matches. The match that he did with the Ricochet, I think established Ricochet. The match that he did with
Look at that.
Logan Paul and Ricochet established Logan Paul. They did exactly
Got
what
you.
they needed to do. But here was the thing, like how you just said with LA Knight. As good as that was, they had those little bit of moments that they were going to get carried away. Logan does not need to hesitate on a Spanish fly ever.
Yeah.
When he hesitated on the Spanish fly, even though they landed off the ring, standing up together, Logan hesitated. That could have killed Ricochet if he landed wrong.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for real.
Those are the only things I would say that he needs to still work on. So I can't say he's the best on that standpoint just because of that scenario, because that is a big thing that we have got to look at. You have to look at protecting your opponent. Now you have to protect the next person. Ricochet, in my opinion, he did the same problem when they did that ladder match. Ricochet should have never done that Spanish fly off that table. Never should have done that.
They wasn't ready. He didn't check.
They
he
had
just
no
did it.
set footing, nothing. They just flipped, which it was insane to me.
Yeah.
But I got to respect Logan Paul. I don't know him outside of the ring, whatever, but
He's a beast.
for what he is doing in
He's
this
a beast,
business,
bro.
he is bumping
He's a
his
beast,
ass
man.
off, and he is
He's a beast.
showcasing that he can belong in this. And we talk about Austin Theory. Logan Paul is very freaking young. Very young.
And he's not even a wrestler. Like that the fuck. That's why I said it. I forgot where I was talking about it, but Logan Paul is one of them guys. He's just like a John Jones, man. Wherever you put that guy, he's going to be great. Like it's just he's got it. So some people just have that that authenticity of just you're just good. And you are right. You're definitely right, man. He definitely is a little shaky. But that guy, to be honest with you, I think he had one of the best matches with.
This is how many matches, and they've all been showcased and talked about after
and incredible. The match he had with Roman at that Clash of the Castle shit, I thought that match was fucking phenomenal, bro. All the way to the damn selfie showing off the frog splash on people watching it on fucking Instagram the next day. Logan Paul, I think he's another one that you can see him really changing the industry. And I think he loves it. I think he really wants to be a part of it and might be here. He might be here for a while. So it's a lot of fun, man. It's a lot of fun.
He's getting his reps,
a lot of new talents. Yeah, he's definitely bringing a lot of eyes to the industry too. I guarantee you. A lot of people might, even if it's just to hate him. Yeah, he's incredible.
You're getting angles off of this podcast now. Like he's doing a branding standpoint, and it's doing it the smart way. When you look at it as a wrestler, and I think this is what WWE stand out with so many people. Yes, WWE is a business, but you also got to figure out what you can do outside of the business. Logan Paul is bringing a whole plantra into this wrestling foundation. When he went and wrestled Roman Reigns in Saudi Arabia, there's some fans that never even know who this guy was, but he was a guest on Logan's podcast, with this championship talking about, hey, I would slaughter you if you came out to this. You would not be ready for me or whatever. And then Logan comes into Saudi Arabia and does what he does. Now, the one thing I got to respect about Logan is he's gotten hurt every single match, but still coming back for more. That's got to say something. A broken leg, came back in 3 months, actually in 2 months.
Yeah, he didn't give a fuck. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's one of
I
them.
mean, this
He
dude's
was one
coming
of
in,
them
man.
young guys that's just we
be
gonna pay for that
careful
shit
on the bumps, man.
couple
and,
years.
And if he gets to be in that main
Motherfucker gonna be in a
showcase
wheelchair.
guy, if he gets in that main showcasing guy standpoint, he needs to level down on his moveset. I mean, that would be the only thing I could see him really doing. Keep him as a heel because now he is enjoying what he is doing. He used to hate being booed because that's all he was known to do. Now he's benefiting from it. He's talking about, hey, man, I dare a wrestler try to outshow me in that match. I dare you. I dare you. I don't care who you are. That is bringing a whole different thing for people to watch you and look at it and go, I want to see who's going to beat that guy. I want to see who's
How you
going
feel,
to take
Tig? Who you feel like going to be the person to take Logan Paul and give him the flowers? Who the person that's going to face Logan Paul and they're like, yo, we cheering for Logan Paul in this one. Fuck it, we not even going against him. It's going to be somebody.
Ooh,
He already gained a
you said
respect.
you said
What
who's
about
somebody who's
Gunter?
gonna beat Logan? I was about to say Gunter too.
I'm saying somebody who's going to take Logan Paul because it's always that one thing where you have the match to where either the crowd turns on the heel and they make him a babyface, or the crowd turns on the babyface and they make him a heel. In this case, Logan Paul is already a heel, so it's going to be that match that they have where people are going to start, cheering for Logan and booing for the other person. Who you think can take him there? If he versus Gunther, you think that they cheer for
Yeah,
Logan?
that would
I
be
think
my
that
that would be my first guess, probably Gunther. Like
Gunther.
that would have been
I
was
mean,
my
that'd
first
be a
choice.
newer feud that you haven't seen.
Yeah,
And I
right.
don't know how Logan would react with that. That's the
Gunther
only
put
thing
his
I'm
ass in the
thinking,
ground.
bro. I think
Gunther's a
that
fucking
would be a
beast, yo.
very stiff standpoint. And I think that's gonna be
Yeah,
like you're gonna earn your spot in this
he
match.
would make a statement to his ass. I think that if Gunther, I'm not Gunther. I think that if Logan Paul went up against, I don't know, man, if he went up against somebody
Even
that
Cody.
like
I mean, the thing that he did with
maybe.
Seth, Finn. I
Yeah, but
mean, there's plenty of guys.
Cody, he would love Cody. He would, I mean, people would still love Cody. I'm talking about somebody who would change the trajectory of
Oh, okay.
booing Logan. Like, if they, you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to think like Finn Balor, like somebody from the Judgment Day, maybe. Like Dom fucking going up. Like, if Dom went up against Logan, I think people would start finally saying, all right, we're going to start cheering for Logan. I think that
There
would,
could be a
I think
story
once
because
they
that was his
do,
first
it would
WrestleMania
just
thing.
go.
So yeah, that could work.
I think that would be a match because I think that once people start cheering for Logan,
It would get a
I
little
think
crazy.
people feel like they're supposed to to boo Logan at this point because he has
Yeah.
done nothing but earn his fucking flowers, man. He's done nothing but earn
Yeah,
them. So I
I
think
gotta
that
cut
there's
it
going to be a
short.
match.
I
Yeah,
gotta
Tick,
cut it
yo, we
short.
out, man. We actually out. But yo, thank you so much for dropping by, bro. Once again, yo, we're gonna be doing this Wednesdays. Catch Tig. When's your show coming out, bro?
Oh, probably a couple weeks. I still gotta work on some logistics stuff of it and get down when we're gonna do our first episode. Sometime during week one of college football before the first games, well, before the first
Got it.
Saturday at least.
Got it. We're
So,
gonna be checking for you, bro. I'm gonna be pushing your shit. Whatever you promoting, I'm pushing. I'm pushing everybody's
oh
shit.
yes,
Yo,
uh,
Warren, real quick, when you coming back, bro?
September 15th, I'll be back, man.
There we go. So buzzing with Marlo. Check out Tig Talk podcast. You still doing the TikTok?
no, this is gonna be called 7:12 on the clock.
7:12 on the clock. Hey, Beeline, we're gonna be watching it. Yo, listen, we was catching up, man. I ain't been back in a while. It's been nice to talk to my boys and shit. And we talking all about the wrestling. You know where time it is. We're gonna have a little bit more going on next week. I'm gonna call up Ray, see where she at. And whoever's here with us next week, we'll talk about some more stuff going down. Yo, my name is Brian B, and it's straight through the ropes. Hope y'all like the new setup. Yo, I'm gonna be back tomorrow. Entertainment show be coming at you. We ain't got nobody to show off, but we're gonna talk about all the new movies that we've been watching. Anybody wants to come on, join the squad, join the comments. Yo, listen, if you ain't know, you better stay true, stay positive, pay attention, baby. And we out of here, yo. Thank you guys. I'll see y'all next week, yo.
All right.